Warning! The following live broadcast may contain loud, obnoxious, shrill, and alarming noises that might be considered disturbing if not outright uncomfortable to listen to, especially if you are wearing headphones. I share my office space with an African gray parrot and 2 parakeets, and I have no control over their behavior while I am live streaming, as you can hear right now. Unlike my regular videos, when I do them, where I have the opportunity to edit them out as best as I can. If you are sensitive to loud, surprising background noises, I recommend either not turning your volume up too loud or watching my edited pre-recorded videos instead. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh boy. Okay. I hope you like my little edited graphic there because yeah, I mean, couldn't be more appropriate to think that that there would be a Loki variant in that cage. So yeah. So let's see. Let me just make sure. Do all the. Oh, hello. Hello there, Amaris. Hello. Welcome. Hey, Jake. Oh, you're here early today. Hello. And Nita's here too. Hello. Hello. Just thinking about everybody right now because I was just literally minutes before the live stream under my table adjusting wires because I finally figured out how to solve an issue I was having with my live stream that was driving me nuts. And I finally, I think I finally was able to fix it. So, oh, here we go. Yeah, so I'm starting to work on an anime fashion themed book. Sewing content. Oh, like sewing for cosplay and stuff. I mean, because that's always fun. That's always fun. I mean, it's like, yeah, there's some incredible cosplay work out there, but that's really cool though. Right? That's very cool, Amaris. Is Meredith floating around too? So welcome everybody. Welcome. Oh, hello. Oh, look. Wow. Everybody just showing up today. Hello, Meredith. Yes, definitely. Amaris, I mean, if when you finish your book and you want to promote it, I got a couple of people you can talk to, so I'll get you on some shows and stuff to promote your book. So yeah, so don't be shy about it. Hey Krista, hey. So the idea now is now that I have all my literal wires crossed, maybe now I could finally be able to bring people on the live stream. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they'll be acting up eventually. Although I cleaned the parrot's cage, right? Also before the stream, and he's full of snacks now. So I don't know how noisy he's going to be. But I was able to finally get rid of solve an echo problem that I kept having with multiple cameras. So that opens up a whole new world of possibilities for this live stream because now I could probably bring in people and do like actual interviews and stuff. So so that's something to look forward to in the near future, kind of mix it up a bit with the live streams with more with more guests and actually having guests, because now I can actually talk to you guys without an echo in my ear headphones. So okay, so let's do a little housekeeping before we get started. Before I forget, actually, or whatever, because it's it's not like it's like, what, I think we're professionals here or something, So before we get started, so I guess because we have new people in the chat, hello. So let me let me welcome you all and tell you who I am, and then we can kind of get started as to what this hot mess of a show is supposed to be. So, hi everyone, my name is Daphne Lage, and I am a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. And I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, as I like to say, because I don't know any better. And I am known for my funny animal fantasy adventure, Tall Tales, which this is the book that I started working on in 1992 and have been working on it ever since. And I'm also now currently known for my other fantasy medieval fantasy soap opera drama, all that stuff. Ego Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which just ended another successful Kickstarter run, and I'm ramping up for the next one in September, but I'll talk a little bit more about that. And you can read both of my comics online, actually, for free at Tall Tales, TAILS online.com. And egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. And you can also check out my videos if you are watching this on Facebook. I have a YouTube channel where you can check out all my videos on how I make these comics. And, I have some product reviews and art supply reviews, an occasional rant video that people seem to enjoy. And and I'm hoping to get another product review video up soon. Now that I have all my sketch covers kind of done. So, but again, I'll be touching that shortly. So you can check out all my videos on how I do my comics on YouTube at Daphne Lage, Lage art, which you can also see spelled right there. So I did. Yes. I mean, I have been fighting those gremlins since the beginning. So it just took finally for some, for certain things to click, and I finally realized what the issue was. And unfortunately or unfortunately, it literally requires, I was able to solve the problem by now separating the cameras from the one computer. So I literally have two computers just to run two cameras. So whatever, right? I mean, it's like, at least I have the second computer to plug the other camera in. But bom dia, Senor Marv. Yes, and by the way, Marv has a Indiegogo now for his book, The Sin Killer. I will put a link to that in the show notes after the stream is done, so you could all check out his book. And it's like he's on Indiegogo, and it's kind of like if you're into like a 70s style war comics crossed with The Crow, that's it. The Sin Killer is the book for you. So go check out Marvy's book on Indiegogo. So he's busy making the rounds now. Because I mean, he's been working on that book for about 2 years now. So it's just finally nice to finally get it out, right? So I'll put the link in the show notes after. But Marv, go ahead and put your link in the chat too while you're at it. I mean, feel free. I don't think I have the link restrictions anymore on the YouTube channel, so you should be able to put your link. But like I said, I'll put a link directly in the show notes as well afterwards. So if any of you have, anyone in the chat, if you have like a campaign or something that you want everyone to check out, go ahead and put the links in the chat, share it out, it's like, let's share the love here. We're all about indie comics and supporting each other. So if you have an indie comic or an indie project, you want to link to, go right ahead and put it in the chat. Like I said, I think I shut off all the restrictions for the link, so you should be okay. So yeah, so like I said, I'm currently in the middle of everything right now. Decision paralysis is very real. So that's kind of what I'm going through right now. So the first thing, I guess, like the first thing I just want to bring up is that, so I already mentioned that, this is Tall Tales Thieves Quest Volume 1. I am currently, I'm going to be sending out for a proof for Volume 2, either today or tomorrow, because I want to get the proofs for these. You know how I like to get proofs before the next campaign. So although the thing is, though, is like the next campaign for Tall Tales Volume 2 for Thieves Quest, which will collect issues 5 through 10 of the original series. We're looking at a July 26th, I guess, release for the campaign. We're not sure, but I'm really hoping to be able to get this campaign running before the end of the month. So yeah, so when you go to EagleWorks, make sure to sign up for the newsletter so that you will get notified when the campaign goes live. So yeah, so Volume 2 of Thieves Quest, the campaign for that sometime in July, and I will show you all the proofs when I get that. So looking forward to that. The next thing is also Eagle Raven issues 1, 2, and 3 are going to be that is a definite schedule. Oh, hello, free range human. Yes, hello, welcome. And what was I saying? Oh yes, so that one has a definite schedule. September 20th is when Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn issues 1, 2, and 3 are going to be available on Kickstarter. So September 20th, again, sign up at eagleworks.com. To get notified when the pre-launch page goes live, which I'm hoping that will go live August 1st. I have to just finish up a couple of things, send some stuff to some people, and and just keep preparing for that. So there you go. So so two campaigns coming right up. So for Eagle Raven, another thing that I was looking, just preparing for is what I'm going to be doing different for this campaign, just to give everybody a heads up. Because I'm going to be experimenting with some stuff that I've seen other people try, and of course it's now my turn to see whether it'll work for me. So the reason why you want to sign up and make sure that you are notified, get notified on the first day, September 20th, is that I'm going to be offering up a 24-hour special where you will only be able to get this in the first 24 hours of the campaign going live. And it's also going to be limited to 24 sets of this. So I know how much you guys all love my hollow covers. So the set is going to be, it's going to be called the Catch the Rainbow, just the Catch the Rainbow set. So it's going to be the hollow foil covers of issues 1, 2, and 3, which I don't have a proof of yet, which I'm hoping to get that done sometime in August before the campaign starts. So not only will you get the hollow foils of not that you'll get it, it's going to be available as an add-on for 24 hours only, and it's going to be the hollow foils of issues 1, 2, and 3. And it's going to come with a metal bookmark of this design. So this is silver metal. Love these bookmarks. Love them. And I'm gonna take a chance showing this on the screen, so nobody rat me out to either Facebook or to YouTube. well, but then again, what are they going to do? Demonetize me? I'm not even monetized. So you will also get this metal. This is a metal trading card of the nude cover from the Eagle Raven nude cover from the last campaign. So this is silver metal trading card. So yeah, so the whole set is going to be pretty much all your shinies in one set that you can get as an add-on with your campaign pledge. So that'll be only 24 sets are going to be available for 24 hours. So that's so yeah. So you want to make sure that you're in on the first day to be able to get that set. Let's see. Free range. Oh yes. Catch the Rainbow is Skittles. So yeah, that's that's Catch the Rainbow is Skittles. So yeah, so it's going to be it's all hollow, all metal art set. So yeah. Oh yeah, thank you. Yes, that's what I was. Yeah, I wanted to make something really flashy, literally flashy, to see whether those whether those things work. I mean, it's like if depending on how it goes, I don't know. I'll say I'm gonna have to try to top a metal set for the next one, but we'll see. So yeah, so first 24 hours. So yeah, so make sure that you sign up at eagleworks.com so that you get notified when the pre-launch page goes live. So then that way Kickstarter will notify you the second I go live on September 20th, and then you'll be able to pick up that Catch the Rainbow set. Another special thing that I'm doing for the campaign, however, it probably requires a little bit more work on your part, but I want to see whether this works as well. It's all this marketing research stuff that we see. So if you follow me on Facebook, I like that where I usually hang out. I hang out mostly on Facebook, and I like to post up a lot of sketches and work in progress, and work in progress work. And, pretty much it's like if you really want to follow me and be up to date as to what I'm up to, you follow me on Facebook. Now my Facebook is completely open. So you don't even need to get a friend request. You can just follow, and you will get all the posts. It's kind of like open access. It's like there's nothing private on there. So it's because, like I said, it's just mostly me posting about artwork in the comics and stuff. So there's nothing private on there. So you don't have to send a friend request. You don't have to wait for a friend request. You could just sign up and follow the page, follow my page. Again, the link is at eagleworks.com. And one of the things that it kind of happens on Facebook is that I introduce characters that are currently only appearing on Facebook because they're not yet appearing in the comics. So for those of you who are already familiar with my Eagle Raven work that I post on Facebook, you will all know that I created my own Loki character, kind of as a goof, kind of out of spite, for what Disney has been doing, especially with trying to trademark Loki and whatnot. If you want my grand opinions on that, you can watch last week's live stream where I go into detail about Disney literally culturally appropriating, our myths. It's like our myths are, our fairy tales, and trying to replace everything in the cultural consciousness with corporate versions of them that pretty much only they profit from. So I created my own Loki character because why not? Because I can, So So as a result, this is a character that so far only appears on my Facebook page. Because, like I said, he's not. He doesn't appear in Eagle Raven until after issue 15. So, so it's going to be a while before he shows up. Although he does have a cameo in a short story, which let me do a quick plug on that. A short story, which I'm still tweaking right now. I just want to, it is done. It is lettered. I just want to kind of sit on it for a bit before I send it to Arrow Comics, because I just want to make sure like the dialogue still kind of is correct or whatnot. Because you don't want to like just immediately send something in before it's the second it's done. You want to sit on it. You want to percolate on it. You want to think on it. And bye Marv, bye. Have fun promoting. Oh yeah, no problem, Marv. You're always welcome. And take care. And so quick plug on that. I'm having a Eagle Raven short story, which kind of is a prequel to the first issue. It actually takes place before the first issue. And it will be appearing in the October issue of the direct market version of Indie Volt Revolt from Arrow Comics 4.0. So that story is going to be appearing. And in this story is technically the first appearance of my Loki character. Not a variant. It's just mine. It's my version in this story. So I was thinking, it's like, how do I incorporate people on Facebook? Like, how do I into my campaign? So if you sign up or whatever, follow my Facebook page. During the campaign, when the campaign goes live September 20th, sometime along the campaign, this is what I'm planning on doing. If you are on Facebook, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a code that's exclusive to everybody who's following me on Facebook. And when you go make your pledge, you put the code in the notes. This is how I'm hoping it will work. You put the code in the notes. And what that does is that it unlocks, for all my Facebook friends who do this, it will unlock for you. I will put this in your physical order. Now, that's the thing. You have to pledge to a physical order too for this to work. You will get these acrylic pins. They're acrylic pins of Eagle Raven and Loki. So, but this is only from my Facebook friends. So yeah, so if you follow my Facebook, and when my campaign goes live, during the campaign, I will be posting a code that you can use when you make your pledge. You put it in the notes, and I will add these 2 pins to your order. So there we go. So that's Eagle Raven and that's Loki. So yeah, so you'll get these. So, but yeah, you have to be following me on Facebook to but like I said, you don't need to friend me, so you don't need to wait for a friend request. You could just go ahead and follow, press that follow button. And let's see. Show the back of those pins again. Well, they're 1.5 inches, so I don't think that will be an issue. So yeah, so it's the rubber. So there we go. It uses a rubber backing instead of the metal clip. So yeah, so these are acrylic. Yeah, so these are acrylic pins. So yeah, so that's how I'm hoping that will work. So let's see. So Yeah, exactly. That's yeah. I mean, really, it's like Disney's going to try it, and they will try it, and that's in the end, that's all they need to do. They just need to try it. They did the same thing to Mexican. They tried to when they did Coco, it's like they did that whole thing where it's like, oh, we want to be so completely like with the movie, we want to be really completely accurate and respectful to the Mexican culture. Oh, by the way, we're trademarking it, so now your culture belongs to us. It's like, no, that's not how that works. And they got fought off by that because they tried to trademark Day of the Dead. They tried to trademark Hakuna Matata, which I think is like an actual Swahili word, phrase. So it's like they got fought off on that. And I don't even know what they even tried to do with like Moana, and because it's like, yeah, you're going to all of a sudden own Maui. I mean, he's a god, it's like, really, it's like, we respect your culture as long as we own it, type of thing. So yeah, so Disney's full of it. And yeah, so that's what I did. But in the end, it's like, so Loki ended up, there you go. Whoever wanted to hear birds in the background, you got it. So yeah, so Loki ends up a major figure later on in my own Eagle Raven mythology. So yeah, so the pins, but he's only on Facebook. So yeah, exactly. So yeah, so that's what I'm trying for the next campaign, again, September 20th. So I think that's about it in terms of housekeeping. But like I said, it's like I'm full of decision paralysis right now. So I think I'm just like talking this way just so I don't have to like think about, oh, what am I going to be doing for the stream. So yeah, so that's housekeeping for now. And like I said, because now I have the cameras properly set up, so and no more echoing in my ears. Yeah, so I'm gonna start trying some different stuff with bringing in people and interviewing and fun stuff like that. I did a variation of it. Like I did a test of something like that with Sam Vera. If you look at my live stream playlist and you look for the special that I did with Sam Vera when he was promoting his issue 0 of Forbidden, which also, by the way, he has a Kickstarter going on now for Forbidden. It's issue 1, I think. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's like he's counting issue 0 as 1, and technically the Kickstarter is issue 2, but they're numbered 0 and 1. So, but yeah. So just I'll put a link to his campaign in the notes as well. So what I had wanted to do was do an interview series where I interview somebody while I'm drawing their character, during the interview. So just so that there's more, I guess, like visual interest, I guess. So that's one idea that I want to do with the live stream, is do that. And another live stream idea that I wanted to play around with is where it's just me and another artist. We have the split screen where all you see are just our desks, and we're both just drawing at the same time and just talking, just having whatever conversation comes to mind. So those are the two ideas that I have for the live stream. Tell me what you think on either one of those. So yeah, so it's like so that's what I'm looking on doing now that I have everything set up correctly for that. So okay, so yeah, so decision paralysis. So this month we're already halfway through, literally. It's the 14th. And and my to-do list gets longer and longer and longer and longer. I mean, it's not even like this. I cross out one thing and then 5 more things get added to the end of it. You know, the usual. So I just have like so much stuff to do. I don't even know where to start because it's all a priority now. Like there's so much stuff I have to get done at the end of the month. It's not even funny. Before I started to stream, also the way I have the camera set up now, I'm hoping that also I can show you guys a lot more digital work too, which will be good for me because I have hella digital work to do, as well, but at least, you know, so that's also something else that we'll get to do in the future. So after I finish, you know, crawling under my desk, getting the wires, as you can see there's no cleaning that. Getting all the wires fixed for the cameras. So I was thinking about what am I going to do on the stream. It's like I have so much stuff. I have a pile of artwork here. Where do I start? So I decided I was going to finish up a piece that I started inking, but then stopped inking because I was having issues with the background and whatnot. So I kind of figured it out what I wanted to do. So I kind of have what I want. So I'm going to be working on that right now because at least it's not much for me to finish. And so it's like, I figure it's like, well, you know, sometimes you need the little wins to push you on to the bigger projects. You know, it's kind of like if you, you know, if you kind of follow Dave Ramsey and his financial advice, he always talks about like snowballing your payments, where it's like, you know, you pay the smallest payment, you pay off your smallest debt first, because those will be the easiest ones to get through. And then, oi, Regina, tudo bem? Oi, tia, tudo bem? Você tá... oi, agora o meu português tá tudo atrapalhado agora, so... Mas, oi, tia. So, yes, for our international friends, I have one of my aunts in the chat, so be nice. You know, because, you know, so that was a little Portuguese for everybody. And I have mad Swedish in the in the chat right now. So excuse me if I can't comment on anything. So, yes. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be finishing up a piece just to get it done and get that snowball effect. And then after I'm done with this, depending on how long it takes, I'm going to move on to something. I'm going to move on to something else. Yeah, so... Oi, tia. Então, abraço e beijão para todo mundo aí, tá? So yeah, so the chat is mad international right now, so so that's why I haven't been bringing up a lot of the comments, so but thank you though. So I mean, it's like, look, it's like, no, it's like, well, if you want me to comment on your stuff, then yeah, I don't read Swedish, or, you know, I mean, I'm assuming, I mean, or I know that Jake is from Norway, so I'm not sure if Swedish is a language that the entire region speaks, or it's different dialects or whatnot, so forgive me for that. But if you guys want to keep on talking, that's fine. It's like, like I said, it's like, look, I got one of my aunts from Brazil in the chat, so we're all international here, so it's good. We're all we're all kind of immigrants here. So yeah, so we're good with that. So okay, so let me do the switch over and show you what I'm looking at finishing. And here we go. So this is a piece that I started inking a couple of days ago. So I was just fussing with the background a bit. So this is the cover. This is going to be the cover for Eagle Raven issue 14. So so that's how far ahead I'm trying to get myself. And so I was just fussing with the background, but fussing in a way where it's like I want a background, but I didn't want to go too crazy with the background. So it's kind of like I want a hint of the background without, going too crazy with it. So I'm going to just be like finishing that up. So at least I can have this cover done. And and again, start that snowball effect where it's like, okay, so here's a little win, and then I can move on to something maybe future me will appreciate. Well, technically future me will appreciate me working on this piece. So where's my ruler? Yeah, okay. So that's what I'm going to start. That's what I'm going to start doing here. I mean, it's not right now. It just looks a mess because, like I said, I was just trying to figure out all these, how I wanted to get the background looking. So, okay, I see. Yeah, sometimes all these lines get too confusing for me, so it'll make sense when the piece is done and colored, pretty much. But speaking of the Norse region, like Sweden, the Netherlands, and whatnot. Tall Tales is it's like our campaigns do really well in that region. So I'm always sending off a bunch of packages to it's like Sweden and Norway. And that I was a little surprised. It's like we're big in Scandinavia. It's like 3 people or something, but it's funny. Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's between you and the Canadians, that we send most of our internationals to. So I don't know. So does so I know I have oh well, because I'm ignorant, you see. Because I'm ignorant and need to be schooled in this. So it's 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 like, look, let me tell you, it's like the extent of my knowledge of the region is the friggin' Norway pavilion at Epcot. Okay, that's the extent of it. I'm going to have to like Wikipedia all of this stuff afterwards just to keep everything straight in my head. So, it's kind of like, when I realized that, the difference between Arab nations and Persian nations, it's kind of like that, where it's like, oh, it's not, it's all that those are two very distinct cultures, even though, again, it's like, yeah, to heathens, to heretics like us, where it's like, ignorant heretics, we're like, what? what? That aren't you all the same? I mean, no, it's not. It's like, I understand that. I understand. It's kind of like accidentally calling a Scottish guy English, Yeah, you don't want to do that. Oh, hey, Pops. Hey, Pops. Yes, hail hose. Yes. That's tonight, though. That's for tonight. Well, we're in comics and we have to do our own marketing, so aren't we all? So yes. So yeah, that's So yeah, so it's just crazy that we're already like, yeah, because part of this whole decision paralysis that I'm going through is the fact that I'm talking about a September campaign, which on one part of my brain is like, oh, that's a billion years away. And then the other side of my brain is like going, hey, you dumbass, September is 2 months away. And you still have to finish, shading issue 3. I have everything flatted. I just have to do the shading, little highlights here, because the lettering's done too. So it's all just finishing up the coloring that I have to do with issue 3. Doesn't sound like a lot until I have to actually sit down and do it. But it's like, because September sounds like, oh, I got another 6 months. No, it's like 2 months away. It's like, you got to get started. And it's like, I'm like, well, what about all this other stuff? You got to do that too. Yeah, so I know that I mentioned in a previous live stream that one of the benefits of doing artwork on a live stream is that because I'm seeing the artwork on the screen, I can actually like see better what I'm doing than if, because I'm right in front of it, right? But there's something about seeing it on the screen that allows me to actually see what I'm doing. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. Because yeah, I mean, it's just really funny that it's like, if you want to catch all your mistakes on a piece that you think is finished, upload it to Facebook. And then you'll find all your mistakes immediately. And I really do think that's something to do with the fact that seeing it on a different screen, or just seeing it on the screen, kind of gives you that visual disconnect enough that you can actually catch things that you're not catching by being in front of it, which is weird. I guess it's like that's the whole thing with, like flipping the canvas. When Joe Linsner especially talks about that a lot, about flip. Well, a lot of artists, but I've heard, I remember in an interview, Joe Linsner went at length at talking about how he's constantly flipping the canvas to make sure that, everything looks correct. And I think that that's what it is. It's like when you reverse an image, it creates that disconnect that it's like, oh, this is, like almost like you're looking at somebody else's work. And I think it's the same thing with seeing it on a screen. You're I'm seeing my artwork differently, so I'm able to catch things better that way. So yeah, so that's yeah, I'm just trying to figure out which lines are what. Because right now they're just lines until I really start going, oh wait, that's that, that's that, that's that. So it'll make sense when I'm going through it. Right? Yeah. Okay. Because yeah, like I said, I wanted a hint of a background. Rather than doing something full on, because this particular cover, they're going to be the fighting characters are going to be the focus. So I want the background. Oh, you catch it. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, no, definitely. Actually, yes. I'm not implying that's probably what's happening. I'm catching all my mistakes in 4K because yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, for real. I mean, that's why sometimes when I'm working on a piece, I take pictures of it or I download it to my phone, and I can spend days just staring at the artwork on my phone, catching everything, going, okay, I have to fix that, I have to fix that, I have to fix that. Because again, it's like it's that disconnect. It's like, oh, okay, all right, this is how it looks. I have to, fix this. Because right now I'm going through another short story, another comic short, that I sketched it out. And now everything is on my phone. They're on like they're just on my phone. And like every couple of days I go through them and it's like, okay, yeah, I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that. Like I'm always finding something else. I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that. That if I'm looking at the pages all day, I'm not gonna catch. So yeah, so that's yeah, so it's actually a pretty interesting tool. I mean, I'm not saying I avoid all my mistakes because of that. But it certainly does help. It certainly does. Let's see. Okay. What I want to do is I want to clean up all these lines. They're getting a little confusing for me here. So I just got to make sure the ink is dry. Yeah. So yeah. So you say yeah. Like right now, I mean, the thing is right here, but I'm looking at it on the screen, going. It's like okay, what's going on? It's like okay. Like I said, it'll work out when it's in color. Oh boy, the humidity is not kind to my kneaded eraser. So. Okay, there's the. Oh, okay, that worked. Okay, I guess I fixed that already. I thought I didn't. So, okay, so let's do that then. Okay. Line here. So, so in the end, what do you think about that interview idea, though? Like I said, I did one with I tested one out with Sam Vera, and like I said, it's like it would be me and interviewing another person while I'm drawing their character on the screen. You know, something like it's like this, except you would have the interview. You know, like we would be here interviewing, and then the artwork there. So because I don't know, it's like sometimes I think that other creators, as much as they say they like fan art, sometimes I think that they kind of get weirded out by it. So it's like I don't know. Is that a thing? Am I just being paranoid? Am I just being like hyper, I don't know, sensitive to that type of thing? I mean, you know, is that like too weird of an interview style? Like if you wanted to promote a comic, like you had a comic and you wanted me to promote it on my show, and you come on my show for me to interview you and talk about your comic, and I'm drawing your character while we're talking. Is that something you guys would be okay with? I mean, it's like, oh, okay, so there we go. Okay, so Jake, so yeah, so when I get, so when I really get everything sorted out and stuff, then definitely maybe you can be my guinea pig, so I'll talk to you later about that. We'll because it's like, I'm probably gonna need a guinea pig to to test out the format to make sure it works out. But yeah, so almost went over something I wasn't supposed to. Okay. Because as much as there, yes, exactly. Yes, you could be my guinea gimp. So yeah, but I almost went over something I did because I really don't like using whiteout on so much whiteout. I mean, unfortunately I have like a whole section here I had to white out and re-ink on top of, and I really don't like doing that. So yeah, so I'm hoping to so I just want to be a little bit more careful so that I'm not there's not an underwash of whiteout. Because what happens is that even you try to get the whiteout as flat as you can, and it's still bumpy when it dries. So when you try to re-ink over it, you can kind of see the shape of it. And then so on the computer, when I go in, I'm gonna have to fix that up just to kind of straighten out those lines, because I'm all of a sudden working on a 3D surface. So okay, so that's kind of what I wanted. Again, it's like, I'm looking at it, but because also on the screen, what it's doing is that it's muting all this line art mess that I have here. So it's easier for me to see it on the screen than right here. Hello, welcome. Oh, another new face. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully my babbling won't scare you off. But that's why I have the artwork on the screen, so at least you have something to look at, while I'm rambling over here. So I'm just like, I'm just finding all my goddamn mistakes on this thing. I mean, it's ridiculous. Because it looks correct. It's probably, but it's nothing I can't tweak in the computer. I'll fix it in post, as Peter Jackson liked to scream when he was making The Hobbit. I'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post. Oh, that's good. That's good. So it'll work out. So the show will work out for you. So yeah, so I just have to, yeah, so that's the thing. I think I just have to, yeah, so now I just have to figure out this area. Yeah, let me lighten that up because like I said, it's like, so yeah, so when using colored pencils, they're nice and all, but they're hard to erase. So have to be a little careful with that. Oh, okay. So it's like, oh, I drew a second column in here. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can go in and ink that in. Am I okay with that? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Okay. Also, you got to remember too, like I have to remind myself that also it's technically at an angle on the screen because the board is up like that. So we're not getting a flat, straight down visual on the piece. So I have to remember that too, that there's a certain level of distortion of the piece on the screen because of that. So okay, you see, because now I'm beginning to see what I was trying to do with all those lines. Okay, all right, yeah, okay, good, all right. Actually, that's probably better than what. Yeah, okay, that's than what I was anticipating. Okay, so let me still try to. Yeah, so the colored pencils that yeah, oh gee, I wonder why my hand hurts all the time. Yeah, so for those of you curious, so these are the pencils that I like using. So this is the Prismacolor Coal Erase in blue, and also I like to use, this is the red. So this is the red. So these are the two pencils that I like using the most. To tell you the truth, I don't remember the last time I used regular pencils to draw anymore. It's all like either red or blue. I mean, I originally started drawing with these pencils because I was watching some, well, because animators tend to use these, and I liked the animation look that using these pencils gave my artwork. So pretty enamored with that. And also, I was at the Disney resorts at one time, and there was a guy in the lobby who was, they have people there who draw out like Disney characters and stuff in animation style, in the pencils. And then, you request a character and, they draw from, I guess, like predetermined templates or something. And then you get like an original piece, from this artist, from of a Disney character. And they were using these pencils. And I was like, again, I was like kind of enamored with the look. It really had an aesthetic I liked. So I started using these pencils. And what I began to notice is that, especially with my comic book pages, a couple of things. So because I was using red and blue, I didn't have to erase after my inks, because I could just, since everything gets scanned in anyway, I just went into Photoshop and just removed all the CMYK, because you do it in CMYK, and then you erase everything except K, which is black. And what that does is that it removes all the pencil lines, leaving me with the black inks. And it was such a game changer for me because, one, I'm not wasting my time erasing and damaging my inks, and sometimes damaging the paper too. You're erasing and then it catches, and then you're like wrinkling up all the your paper, that nightmare. Didn't have to worry about that anymore because I didn't have to erase anything. I can't remember, and also you're not doing this, especially if you have a lot of artwork to work on. So I saved a lot of time. You'd be amazed at how much time you're wasting erasing. I swear. And also, so that was a game changer for me. And the other thing that I found out that I could do with colored pencils is when I'm working on my comic book pages or even like regular artwork, and I can literally work in layers because of that. And again, that was another game changer because, especially on this last issue of Tall Tales that I was working on for Tears of the Mother, issue 6, which is technically not done yet, but at least now I don't have to worry about it until next year because we're releasing all the earlier issues first. But that's a whole other thing. That's sidebar there. We're releasing everything in order now. So I was able to do the characters in blue and the backgrounds in red. So then that way I could just draw the backgrounds first and then lay the characters down. I drew the backgrounds in red and then draw in the characters in blue. And then I didn't have to worry about, like whether everything looked the same, and I was able to ink it properly because, what's that line? Is that the background? Is that the character? What is that? Like I didn't have the lines completely disappearing into each other because it was just all the same pencil. It's like, no, it's like now I have layers. So, hey Joe, how you doing? Yeah, it's like, so yeah, Joe is keeping me busy with a cover commission too. So you see, everyone's on the list. Yeah, it's like layers in digital art. Yeah, it really is. The only thing that you have to be careful is not to get too dark with the pencils, even though, because it gets to a point where not even Photoshop can remove them if they're a little too dark. And then you have to go in and clean up areas, which is a pain in the butt. So, so keep the hands light, and you shouldn't have a problem with that. Yeah, I know, right? Let's see. Yeah, I know, right? Chat's been busy. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. So, oh yeah, because Jake is the official summarizer of the chat, I guess. So yeah, I don't think you missed much. Just this has been we were just talking about like decision paralysis, and oh my computer is kind of. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's kind of lagging for some reason. So yeah, so if your chat is not coming up, it's because for some reason StreamYard is not letting me do it. So Joe, I swear it's like I think lately I've been drawing more humans than furries than I've ever done before, really. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Let's see if I can get this. Yeah, StreamYard. StreamYard is acting up. Yeah, exactly. But you know what? It's fodder for a conversation. That's what that is. So yeah, so that's fine. That's fine. It's like, look, you missed a whole argument in Swedish that was happening in the chat, Joe. So it's like if you scroll up, there was a whole thing going on. It's like the chat is completely free range. Yeah, but to go back to what Joe was saying, like I said, the chat is StreamYard is acting up on me, so the chat is not coming up as like I click on it and nothing happens, and when it does show up, there's a huge delay. So, like I said, I'm reading your comments. It's just that for some reason it's just acting up with me trying to put them on the screen. So yeah, going back to what Joe said. So Joe says, I'm happy you are drawing humans again. I consider myself lucky as a creator. Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, I think that being our own creators, it's just that's us being very lucky, especially when you consider the conversation we had last week about corporate entertainment and how people literally, there are people who can't function without it. And here we are creating our own entertainment outside of that model, and that is like such, we are very lucky and fortunate and privileged and everything as creators. Here we are entertaining ourselves. And and it's like the whole thing about drawing humans. I have been drawing so much of them lately, it's not even funny. I mean, for the longest time I joked that the reason why I drew furries so much was because I couldn't draw people. And now it's like I'm at a point where it's like, it's like I could always improve. There's always room for improvement. But my style made a jump this year that, it kind of started, like a little bit at the end of last year to now. And my style made a jump in such a way that it's like I am vibing right now with my style. That this is like, I am in such a groove with it that, and it's just like to be very kind of like a lot more comfortable with drawing humans than I've ever been before. I swear to God, it's just oh, hold on. Yeah, like I said, so Navishin, I see your comment. Yes. So I'm mostly known for my comic Tall Tales, which is a furry fantasy adventure, which we're releasing on Kickstarter in order now. This was a book that I started working on back in 1992, and this collects the first 5 issues of that comic from back then. Well, I'm still working on it. It's like we have like this story arc, Thief's Quest, is 20 issues. I'm all, and so it's like it's 20 issues of that, 3 issues of a mini series called Tall Tales: The Peacekeepers. We have a one-shot called a one-shot prequel called Or So I Thought. And then I'm currently working on the second story arc, which is an 8-issue continuation called Tears of the Mother. And I am currently still working on issue 6 of that. So, but like I said, we're starting to release the series from the beginning. So this is the first 5 issues. And yeah, I draw hella furries. If you can tell from my shirt too. This is also my artwork as well. So yeah, so this is mostly what I was known for. Well, I still am pretty much. If you head on to egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, you can see more of my furry artwork there, along with links to my DeviantArt, my Fur Affinity page, and my Weasel account. That's another one. Although it's like the Fur Affinity and Weasel kind of share a lot of the same artwork. Although on Fur Affinity, just to give you a heads up, especially if you don't have, if you don't have the settings on, that's where you can find more of my really uncensored adult content. So that's on Fur Affinity only, though. Every place else is kind of like the more tamer versions. So yeah, so there we go. And so right now, though, I'm doing a comic called Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which is a combination of furries and humans, which is what Joe was talking about. Because, like I said, there came a point where I was just drawing furries to avoid drawing humans. And the thing is, like, part of me working on this book was to force me to draw more humans. And so this is a book that I started about like 20 years ago. And at the time, I was just doing it as a black and white comic. It was my side comic. It was kind of like my hobby comic. So while Tall Tales was my work comic, this was my hobby comic because I'm an artist and, we're bizarre like that. It's like, oh, so what do you do for a living? Oh, I draw. What do you do to unwind? Oh, I draw. Oh, Russ. Hello, Russ. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, it's like I'm in the process of changing the name of the live stream because, when everyone was on lockdown and there was nothing else to do but live stream, yeah, it was easy to do the whole pajama joke thing. But now it's like, oh, now we'll all have to be professional and stuff and wear pants and things. So, well, in your case, trousers. So yeah, so I'm in the process of kind of like rebranding the live stream. So yeah, so there you go. Although sometimes if you catch me on Geekgasm, I am wearing pajamas. So yeah, so Geekgasm is more of a pajama show for me than the live stream. So than this live stream. So so where was I? Oh yeah, so this was originally a comic that I was doing just for funsies, pretty much. And I did 5 issues. It doesn't sound like a lot because I was just doing like a page here, a page there. Well, as long as you don't stand up during the interview, we're good. But then again, then again. So I would do like a page here, a page there, upload it. It was literally just for fun that I was doing these pages. And then, so I got 5 issues done. They're on my website if you want to see the original black and white version of it. And what happened is that lockdown happened. I don't know, global pandemic, the usual stuff, and a lockdown happened, and I ended up with a lot of free time. And I realized it's like, well, what am I going to do? And I decided, it's like, you know what? Let me go back. Let me learn how to digitally color properly for comics. And let me actually do something serious with this comic and put it out properly. And so what I did was I colored everything and I re-lettered it. I tweaked the story and the dialogue a bit. I tweaked some of the artwork because, like I said, it's about 20 years old, and it's a little different now. It's, you know, as you can tell from this artwork, the artwork is a little different. I mean, there's some people that I was talking to somebody yesterday who thought it was a little, the change, the switch over from issue 1 to issue 2 was a little dramatic. I don't think it's as dramatic as he was saying, but so yeah, so I just started putting out this comic on Kickstarter. So yeah, but the thing is, though, of course, I still had to put furries in it because that's, in the end, that's my thing. That's just my jam. It's just that I'm forcing myself to draw more people, and especially now, like I said, I'm just vibing in this style that developed putting out this book, and really hunkering down and continuing the work and drawing it. So so it's like, yeah, so right now I'm just completely, it's just nice to be able to draw a page with people on it and not feel so intimidated by it. Now I could just go back to being intimidated by the backgrounds. At least now the characters don't intimidate me as much anymore because they're human. So yeah, so it's like, yeah, so Joe, yeah, I know that you always were pushing me to draw more people. It's like I'm hella drawing people. So yeah. Yeah. So did you? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just saying that the So Russ, did you hear the parrot in the background sneezing? Because he was sneezing before. Yeah, that's yeah, that was, yeah. So if you missed, for all the new people in the chat, if you missed my disclaimer at the beginning, I share my space here with a parrot and 2 parakeets. So if you hear any like weird noises in the background, or like in this case, it sounds like I have somebody standing here, it's literally just a parrot, doing what parrots do. So yeah, so if you hear any strange noises in the background, that's him. So where was I? Oh yeah, I was just trying to decide what. Yeah, so I'm slowly getting through this background. So you see, so this is what. So people. Oh yeah, sure, I can do that. Oh, I can do that now. But backgrounds. Now I can go sweating that. So yeah, so let me figure out what I'm doing. But it's like, but that also just goes to show you that it's like you're always practicing. It's always, you're always. It's like any artist worth their salt should never be satisfied with their work. It's like, I mean, Bernie Wrightson to the very end was still practicing. Okay, he still felt he had things to improve in his artwork, and it's Bernie Wrightson, for goodness sake. So yeah, so there's always, and when I do artwork, I always make it a point, like I make it a point to do artwork that challenges me on a certain level, where it's like, okay, I'm going to put like a proper background in this, or yeah, it's like I'm going to do like a proper crowd scene, or where it's like I'm not hiding all the faces, where I'm going to be drawing different types of people, like because that's what you want to do as an artist. You don't want to always go for the easy, because you're never going to learn doing that. You're never going to improve by just doing the easy thing. It's like those kids who all they do is they draw Sonic the Hedgehog all day, and they get really, really good at drawing Sonic the Hedgehog, but they can't do anything else with it. And it's like, yeah, because it's not just about drawing Sonic the Hedgehog, something like that, So, oh yeah, look at that. It's like, let me try. I was cleaning up the artwork. I was just waiting for the ink to dry. And then I started talking about pencils, and so the only thing about using the Prismacolor blue and red pencils is that they're a little hard to erase. And I don't want to use a harsher eraser, because it'll defeat the purpose of of not erasing, because I don't want to damage the ink. So I use a kneaded eraser, which you really got to be take care of, because this thing goes disgusting. It really, really fast if you don't take care of it. So, yeah. So, see, it's like I keep catching that edge there. Yeah, so like I said, the chat, I'm reading everybody in the chat. The only problem is that Streamyard is kind of glitching on me, and it's delaying putting up and taking away the comments. So that's why I'm not putting them up, because it's kind of like the comment just gets stuck there. Either it looks like it's not coming up, or it looks like it's not going away. So. But I'm seeing all your comments. Yeah, Joe, it's like getting sidetracked is what I do. It's like I'm a person who really does need structure all the time, or else I'm just like all over the place. Yeah, I don't know what's with StreamYard. It's like it's really, really good, but it's a little, it's just a little glitchy. But I mean, honestly, look, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's just that it's just rolling with the glitches when it comes in. Most of the time, it works fine. But yeah, and speaking of Joe too, forcing me to draw humans. So like I said, I'm doing a variant cover for him for his comic Amazonia. If you want, Joe, you can put a link to your book in the chat as well. Like I said, if anybody has a book to promote, if you got like a comic to promote, go ahead, feel free to put it in the chat, because that's what we're all about here, So I'm doing a variant cover for his Amazonia series, and it's all humans. And it's like, and to tell you the truth, I'm really looking forward to the piece that, thank you, Russ. Thank you. It's all that studying. It's studying all those Conan covers. I'm just completely addicted to that. It's like, there's just something about those layouts that, I mean, it's just like, I just want to just like keep pushing and pushing and pushing to get those, to get those types of really dynamic covers. What was I saying? Yeah. Oh, the Amazonia cover. So, yes, and buy Arrow Comics. We were talking about Arrow before. We were talking about Indie Volt Revolt at Arrow Comics 4.0. oh yeah, so Amazonia. There we go. There's my train of thought. So I'm doing this cover, and I am having so much fun with them. I mean, it's all people, it's like can't hide behind any furries here. It's all people, and the two images, I gave them a choice of two images, and they were both, they're just sketched out, but both I would have been happy to have worked on either of them, because they're just really, really fun pieces, and I'm looking forward to completing it, getting that like initial sketch. Because yeah, it's just I'm just, it's so different than what like you see mostly on comics and whatnot. It's just fun little pieces. It's like just people having fun in them, and it's like yeah. So I'm looking forward to finishing it. So, and I'm sure, Joe, you're looking forward to seeing it. So. So yeah. So yeah. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out this background. I'm still trying to figure out this background. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like, I haven't finished reading all of the issues of Amazonia, but for everybody who's not familiar with it, it's kind of like a slice of life superhero. Like if you're into like soap opera type, like it's kind of like that. It's like it's just a young woman who has, I guess, like an unusual affliction. She's 18 feet tall, and it's just her trying to like live her life and go to her job, and just yeah, and it's just like be who she is in spite of this thing that makes her so different from everybody else. And yeah, so it's like, so if you're into that with a bit of Law and Order procedural, I guess, mixed in, because I think she is a police officer. Yeah, it's like, so Amazonia. So yeah, link is in the chat. Joe will be more than happy to put links in the chat if he hasn't already. So yeah, and the artwork that I did for him reflects that, just like people just wanting to live their lives, and have fun with their friends and things. So okay, so let me try to figure out what I'm doing here now that I cleaned up the lines a bit, because yeah, it was just, sometimes it just gets way too messy for maybe I should tape this down. Maybe I should tape this down so it's not shifting. Let me get my tape. Yeah. All right, so let's see if this will work better now. I think it helps when the artwork is not shifting all the time. So, okay. I want to do? I want to do, speaking of the Conan covers, I want to do kind of like a piece that's inspired, like trying to do a pinup, an Eagle Raven pinup done in the style of Frank Thorne. He has like he kind of has like a scratchy pen and ink style. That's something, but that's just that's just stuff that pops into my head. It's like, oh, this would be cool. This would be cool. This would be cool. It's like, hello, I got all this actual work I still have to do. So oh, well, what do you know? Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to fix this in post. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my shit is off. That's why it was bugging me out. Oops. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to, yeah, it's like I'm probably going to have to fix this somehow. I think it might be easier to fix this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this in the computer because it's all, I don't know. Yeah, see, that's why, yeah, you always gotta clarify your lines first. Cause yeah, that's a little off. Let's see, what should I do? What should I do? Okay. Okay, that's why it was kind of bugging me out. Yeah, well, what else am I gonna do, Joe? I mean, I can tweak it in the computer. It's fine. It's fine. But what it is like I want to make sure that the rest of it is fine, so that it's just what I'm trying to decide is what would be the easier part to manipulate in the computer to fix it. It's not off by much. So it's like as you can see right there. So that's why. So that's how much it's off by. So yeah, so it'll be easier if I fix. So what I'm going to do is I want to cut these out and just like that, and it should be okay. I mean, luckily, I don't know if you can see the blue lines. You can see the. So this is a cover template that I made for myself. So pretty much everything that's within this blue border is what's going to be the cover. So everything else is just a bleed. So technically, you're not going to see that, but but I'm still going to tweak it so that it's not it's not too heinous. But you see, that's the benefit, because I'm looking at it on the screen and I'm like, oh, why is it looking weird? Why is it looking weird? And now I see why it's looking weird, because it really is off. And I thought it was just the angle of the table under the camera. And it's like, no, you ass, it's you drew you drew the lines wrong. So okay, so yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to line this up here. There we go. I'm going to line that. And I got professionals in the chats too watching me. Look at the mess I'm making. So okay, so you see, yeah, okay. So what I'm gonna do? Okay, so I'm going to redraw. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna put these in. Also, this is also another reason why I don't like using a lot. I try to avoid using whiteout on artwork as much as I can, because I was unable to do, because it just gets dirty really quick. It just picks up everything and then it gets hard to clean. So, so Joe says, to quote Sergeant Slaughter from G.I. Joe, you gotta make it perfect. That's right, perfect. Well, I'm trying. Oh yeah, and then Jake is saying we don't judge here. Twitter is for that. That's true. Yeah, yeah. Twitter. Yeah, I got a love-hate relationship with Twitter, and love is very, very subjective. The definition of that is very subjective at this moment when I'm talking about Twitter. I mean, it's good for promotion, but man, do people test your patience there. I mean, really. It's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't want to get into Twitter discourse because some really stupid shit on Twitter. All I can say is that if Twitter is any indication, I am really glad I don't go to anime cons anymore, because I don't know how much of that is spilling over. Because if that's the attitude a lot of these kids are having, all these, and most of them are anime kids, and it's like, holy crap, anime cons must be insufferable now. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been at one in years. All I know is that I remember when anime conventions in the United States was just old creepy guys selling hentai openly. That's what I remember the first anime cons being like. I mean, it was freaking like, an adult convention pretty much. And then as the years went by, we literally saw the demographic get younger and younger and younger and younger. I mean, and the hentai guys pretty much kind of disappeared, especially when, I guess, like, Japanese distributors began making their stuff more widely available in the United States. Because what a lot of these guys would do is that they would go to Japan, they would, buy the stuff, and they would bring them back and sell them at like a ridiculous markup. And yeah, anime shows are tough. I mean, I think the weirdest thing that I saw related to an anime convention, I think it was like the most uncomfortable I've ever been at an anime convention. And it's like, look, and I've had a dude try to put handcuffs on me. And the most uncomfortable I ever felt was at an anime convention. And it was when Kill la Kill was really big. And look, if you ever wanted to feel like a sex offender just walking into a place, it was seeing all these 14-year-olds dressed up in Kill la Kill costumes, in Kill la Kill cosplay. And even I was like, I can't be here. I'm going to end up on a list being here. It's like, it was one, it was when New York Comic Con was still separate, was still smaller, and they had a corresponding anime convention too that we would go to, because it was easier to get into the anime convention than New York Comic Con at the time. And then they started slowly merging them together. And there was one year where they had New York Comic Con on the first level of the Javits, and then you'd go downstairs, and then the anime show, and then the anime New York Comic Con was downstairs. So you had technically two conventions happening at the same time, but it was still the same convention. And And I remember we were in, we were in the anime section because, again, it was easier to get into. And Kill la Kill was big. And again, a lot of 14-year-olds dressed up in those friggin' Kill la Kill costumes. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up Kill la Kill. Let's just say the creators said that they made the show to satirize these ridiculous, overly sexy costumes. Just a lot of tropes, a lot of sexy tropes or whatever in a lot of anime at the time. And it was supposed to be a satire. But again, I forgot the name of the something's law, where it's like, it's not Goodwin. Is it Goodwin's law? Where it's Sturgeon is 95% of everything is crap. No, I think Goodwin's law is like any discussion, the discussion is lost. The discussion is over the second someone brings up Hitler or something. There's that. But the other law that I was trying to think of is like, the problem with satire is that really good satire is indistinguishable from the thing it's satirizing. And I think that's what happened with Kill la Kill. And so you had freaking 14-year-olds dressed up in the Kill la Kill battle costumes, if you know what I mean. And I remember vividly this guy coming from upstairs, because we were near the escalator, so he would come upstairs. So he was coming down. He comes in like the anime section to kind of check it out. And then all of a sudden he's standing behind these 14-year-old Kill la Kill cosplayers. I've never seen a dude nope out so quickly. He just he was literally down the escalators, saw the Kill la Kill cosplayers, and then he went right back up the escalator. And I was just like going, dude, I feel you, because that's how I feel right now. It's like, I mean, it's like, yeah. So that's probably the last time I was at an anime convention. So yeah, so now, so now it's like with the discourse. I wouldn't want to be like 10 feet within an anime convention if that like brainworm mentality that I keep seeing out of these kids now, if that's translating into anime shows, I don't want to know about it. It's like, I just really, really don't want to know about it, because it really is brainworm thinking what these kids are doing. Wow, look at how off that is. Oops. I mean, maybe I could still fix it. Maybe I could still fix it here. Maybe. It requires a lot of whiteout, but I think I can still fix it, because I can either fix it here, because then I'm just removing this area. You digital artists and your newfangled technology shit, that you don't have to do this. You can just fix it on the computer and call it a day. I have to sit here manually trying to figure this out. Oh, okay. So, but it looks like this one's okay though. Okay. All right. Crisis averted. It's just this one that I screwed up on. So this is the one that I screwed up on. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. All right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to wipe this out. Well, this one, not so much, but I'll probably wipe that out anyway. So I'm going to wipe this out and then just redo the lines, and that'll fix it. So this over here is fine. So we're good. There we go. We're good. Okay. Crisis averted. Yeah, okay. So let's do that first, because before I start doing, because then if I start I'm still thinking this out. So yeah, it's like, yeah, you control Z like crazy and you haven't done with your page yet. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's like you ever draw traditionally, and then all of a sudden you make a mistake and you start doing this, and then nothing's happening. It's like because you're doing the hand movement for Control Z without thinking about it. Is it just me? It's like doing this. Oh wait, no, so I'm not a keyboard. You know. Um. Okay, so yeah, you see that's why, and then it's like you get all the smudges on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, look at that. Not Spawn. That's really. Um. There we go. Yeah, it's a good thing I followed this line instead of that one, because this is the wrong one. I would have really have messed myself up. There we go. There we go. Problem solved. Problem solved. Now we just have to wait for it to dry. Good grief. Look at that. Look at that. We're almost at 2 hours and I thought I had nothing to say today. But then again, it's like that's why, I have you all in the chat to keep me busy. That's what it is. So yeah, so that's so as we're waiting for that to dry. So yeah, so I started doing something really interesting Sunday, which I didn't think would be that dramatic of a thing to do, but it turned out to be. It's like, wow, this thing really works. So I got invited into a private chat on Streamyard, because you can do that. With just with a couple of other people, and what we were just doing was that we were just working. We were on, we weren't live or anything. We were just, like I said, we were just in a private private live stream, right? And we were just talking to each other, whatever, and we were just all working. And the funniest thing happened. I actually got my work done. So yeah, so it's like, so what I was doing was that I was, we were just chatting, and I was doing my sketch covers. I was inking and drawing and inking out my sketch covers. So everything's inked. I just like to let everything sit for a bit to let the ink really, really dry before I start coloring anything. So if you ordered a sketch cover level from the Eagle Raven Kickstarter, everything is inked. I just have to color everything, and then as I'm done coloring the sets that I need, I'm going to be packing up stuff and shipping them out. So I'm sorry for the delay, but they are being worked on, and I will be shipping them out soon. I'm hoping that everyone will have all their packages out before the end of the month. So I'm still technically on schedule, because I think I have the sketch covers, like the main campaign was supposed to ship in July, and then the sketch covers were for August. So I want to get everything shipped in July. So if you're waiting for a sketch cover level, it's coming. So all I was doing was just working on these sketch covers, and I must have had maybe 10 sketch covers to do in that time. So we were just talking, and before I knew it, it was 5 hours later. It was like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it was like 8 hours later. It was like a freaking work day. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 5 hours later. And And I got all my sketch covers done, and I couldn't believe it. And all we were doing is, we were just chatting and bullshitting and the whole thing, like pretty much, what I'm doing here with you guys, except, it was with, we still had each other on the screens and stuff. And yeah, it's like, and I got all my work done, and I was just so amazed at how productive I was. And it was just funny because then it's like we did it again. And again, it was just like, wow, it's like I'm actually concentrating on my work. And yeah, it's like, yeah. So Jake is saying those meetings would be cool to do. There's an aura of common zone shared when concentrating. Yeah, there was. We were all working. And what I realized is that just being in that chat, it's like people were watching, I mean, it's like, so it's like, it felt like, oh, I really have to hunker down because people are watching. It's kind of like, like, it was kind of like, she called it a cubicle mindset. And that's kind of like what it was like, so we were working. Except, unlike, most people's jobs, we actually wanted to be there. Look, I worked in retail. I know. And because of that, like we're all kind of like watching each other, even though we weren't really watching each other. It's just, the way your brain plays with that information. And I was able to really focus on my work, because usually because how it is, you're trying to work, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I gotta do this, I also gotta do that. It's like, oh, it's like the laundry, I gotta fold my laundry, I still gotta do ironing. It's like, oh, there's a thing on the floor, I gotta vacuum up. Those little distractions, that it's like, and yeah, and that's what happened. Yeah, so Jake says here, I hear it being an accountability activity. It was. I was surprised. I got all my work done. I was so actually relieved that I was sitting for 5 hours without, and actually concentrating on my work. And then it was funny because so we met up again, but it was kind of like a mistake-ish. But that worked out because, Facebook had sent an old message from that Sunday as new. So I thought they were inviting me in again. But luckily they were doing one of those again anyway. So I went in, and no, not even before. So, we said, oh yeah, when they got back, they would send me the link and stuff. So the entire time I'm like, oh, I gotta get my work done. I gotta get my work together. So, and it's like, and already it's like putting me in the zone to work. Just the anticipation of being in that stream. Like, it was just really funny how quickly that happened. And it's like, yeah, it was just really funny. And again, it was like, got in, I was just working the entire time. I don't think I spent as long in there. I don't remember. But I still was able to just, focus on what I was doing, like on what I had on the table, just focus. And that was like super duper helpful. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's like, so if you guys have, so I would highly recommend it. That it's like, if you're the type that has an issue focusing, and it's like, hook up with some other, like other artists or something who are working, and get in a live stream and just, and just like hang out and work. You see, and that's the thing. You have to actually work, because what's funny is that, this live stream it's a little different. It's like, yeah, I got some work done, but it's not that type of focus, because one, I'm interacting with the chat. Like I've said, these live streams are more like conventions, or are more like being at a convention, where it's like the artwork is something that gives you a visual interest, I guess, in the video. But it's mostly, but it's mostly the conversation we're having back and forth. So it's like I really don't get a lot of work done in a live stream, but it's a completely different vibe that we're having here. So nobody feel bad about that. It's like, look, it's like it's just we're having a conversation. Like I said, it's like a convention. It's like, look, I'm only and that reminds me too. Speaking of conventions, since we're winding down anyway. So I will be at Eternal Con in Long Island at the David S. Mack Sports and Exhibition Complex at Hofstra University. Hofstra. So August 7th and the 8th. So that'll be our first and pretty much our first and only convention of the year. It's like we're still kind of like, oh my goodness, sorry about that. We're still kind of feeling out the rest of this year. So this is the only convention we're doing. So I hate it when it disappears the overlay. So we're going to be doing that convention. So this is going to be these live streams are like that. It's like seeing me at a convention, and I'm doing whatever, and we're just talking about whatever. So like I said, it's a completely different vibe. But that cubicle, but that cubicle idea, it's like, so it's like if you need to focus, I highly suggest hooking up with some other artists or wherever, meet in a Streamyard or whatever, wherever, or Zoom or wherever, and just, work on your stuff. And because like I said, I was really surprised at how well that worked out. And to tell you the truth, it's something that I'm looking forward to doing again, because I do have so much work to do. And it's just, and it's kind of nice because also at the same time, it doesn't feel like I'm alone, so, it's like, so it was just kind of funny. So that was the thing that I learned this week, about productivity. So there's a productivity hack for you. And then Joe says, it's weird. People will spend time watching you go at it, like drawing at a convention. However, they won't ask about the comics you do in 80% of the cases. Now, what's my favorite? When they're watching you draw and then they ask, oh, so are you the artist? Maybe? No, maybe? I don't know. It's like, it's kind of like, look, it's easy to goof on it. It's probably just people just trying to make conversation and they don't know what to say. So, they just, so that's my productivity hack for the week. Get in a Streamyard and I'm the doodler. Yeah, exactly. Oh, have you seen that photo of that custom chest of drawers that has the little arms that look like that? So it's like, I'm the drawer. I mean, it's like, it's just, it's all good. It's all good. Like I said, it's just people trying to make conversation and whatnot, but at conventions. But it's just funny. As long as they're not dressed in Kill la Kill cosplay, we're good. So, holy crap, really. It's like the whole time I was there, I was like, are we gonna get raided by the FBI? I mean, really, it was just like, it was horrible. Really, don't do that. Don't be 14 and dress and do Kill la Kill cosplay. Don't do that. So we're just hitting at 2 hours now. I just got my little notifications. So I guess we can end this here. You got to see me draw in a couple of lines and screw up my perspective slightly. So, hey, it's the reality here. It's real. I like to keep it real. So yeah, so okay, so let's let's wind it down. So there we go. So we got that going. So there we go. So, and another live stream in the can. I mean, it's like, I don't know if it gets any easier if I just get, or I just get more resigned to it. So I don't know. So I want to thank everybody. Thank you all for making it through another live stream with me. Like I said, I'm trying to make this a weekly habit. So, so yeah, so hopefully, I messed, it's like I missed a lot. I missed the entirety of last month. So I just want to get back into the rhythm of every Wednesday. And extra love as always to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for everybody being there and talking to me and talking to each other, even in Swedish. Like I said, it's like, it's a free range chat. If you wanna, you wanna go all international, please feel free. So thank you everybody in the chat for keeping me awake. Yes, keeping me busy. That's always cool. You can check out my social media sites listed here beside me. Like I said, I hang out mostly on Facebook. And like I said, and also like I said, because I say like I said a lot, don't forget that you don't need to friend me to see my feed. You could just follow it. All the posts are open. So I have nothing private there. So you don't have to worry about missing anything. And because, like I said, the next Eagle Raven Kickstarter, I have that special that's going to be going on for all my friends on Facebook. So keep an eye out for that. Or you can head on over to eagleworks.com and see all of my social media links, all of my gallery links. Like I said, DeviantArt's there for Affinity, the whole thing. So you can check out all my art galleries there. And you can read Eagle Raven, Air the First Unicorn for free at the website. If you missed last week's stream, just to give everybody a heads up, even though the story is kind of mild on the website, it does ramp up after those issues. So that's why in future printings and from now on, Eagle Raven, Air the First Unicorn is recommended for mature readers. So just to give everyone a heads up. So if you want to read it, it's what I have online is pretty much okay. But after that, it's definitely going to go a little mature readers. Definitely. Mostly for the usual stuff, violence and adult situations. So, just so you know. So you can read it there. You can head on over to talltalesonline.com, TAILS, where you can also read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free. But there's a Kickstarter. I will announce the Kickstarter for Volume 2 of Thieves Quest this month, definitely. So because it's a lot nicer to read it in print in trade format. So, but it's available on the website for free if you want to check it out. So if you want to learn more about art, illustration, and making comics, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. I'm really close to hitting 900 subscribers. So definitely once I hit 900 subscribers, I really should be pushing to get to 1,000. Just to finally break that milestone on YouTube. I mean, it usually means that, I can get monetized and I can do super chats and stuff, but it's just to finally break that milestone, just to get over that hump of 1,000 subscribers. So I'm almost at 900. So let's make the algorithm gods happy And yeah, like I said, like, comment, share, subscribe. And again, don't forget to sign up for the free Tall Tales comics before you go. A link at EgoWorks, link at Tall Tales Online is the same. It's the same newsletter. You get $40 worth of free downloadable PDFs of both Tall Tales and the Oswald Chronicles, the first 3 issues of Tall Tales and the first 3 issues of the Oswald Chronicles, for you to check out just for signing up. So don't forget to do that before you go. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, yeah, it's like trying to keep this on a schedule. So thank you everybody for sharing your time with me and listening to my nonsense and watching me make mistakes on my own artwork. And I hope to do it again next week with you guys. Oh, and really quickly, if you want to also continue watching me today, I will be on Geekgasm tonight at 9 p.m. on the Indie Vault Network. So I'll be the questions from the audience, from the Peanut Gallery there. So yes, very silly questions. Also, there's serious questions too, but a lot of them are silly too. If they're not downright trolling, but you know, hey, that's part of the fun. So there we go. So thank you again for sharing your time with me, and I'll see you next Wednesday. So thank you very much. And let's see, what should I leave you with? What should I leave you with? I haven't played this. So yeah, so I'll see you next time. Bye.
Well, then get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit, so it's together. And if you gotta take it somewhere, you know? Take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just gotta get it together. Get your shit together.